Welcome to episode 42 of Just One More Topic. I am Tridrachius.
And I am Tiborius.
And this week we're going to bring you a little topic about the Wii U.
Is it next generation? Now, technically, as you've stated, actually multiple times, since it is the 8th console, home console, technically, yes, it is part of the next generation. Now, however,
Just looking at the technical specs, it falls fairly short by quite a bit from what Sony and Microsoft are pushing with their next-gen platforms. So, yes, it is a next-generation console, which would bring it into the discussion with, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. But Nintendo really hasn't done anything with the Wii U that screams this wasn't possible with the previous, besides the tablet.
Well, okay. Well, and that's an important factor. Yes, I would also say that technically it is next gen. It's just next gen in a different way. You're not going to see a Battlefield 4 or Rise, Son of Rome, or what Dead Rising 3 is capable of on the Wii U. But Nintendo, as they have always done and what they're trying to do again, just not with the same success, is say it's less about graphics, more about gameplay. What can you do with it? And you know what? I was really, really down on the tablet when the Wii U came out. It's a stupid effing gimmick. Who cares? That thing's awesome. It really is. I mean, it does have utility, which I'm all about utility. I like my things doing more than one.
Yeah.
Okay, hell, kids, I'm going to use the TV now, so okay, well, I'll just take this over here and play my game on the tablet. So that is neat. The way you can surf, the way they use it as a menu, I just don't think they've found their niche with it. The Wii, they had the motion controls, but they never really hit their niche, except in mini shovelware and party games, where it was gimmicky.
Yeah.
Very few games utilized it to its fullest extent.
And I think that's one thing that Nintendo is going to really...
Sinus problems. I'm not used to this. Fuck the snot! Fuck the snot! Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
I think one problem that Nintendo ran into is that they were really banking on developers seeing the tablet as this not gimmick, but something that could actually add things to the experience. And unfortunately, developers... They didn't want to be forced to use certain features, and that was that. For anyone who knows Nintendo,
they will force you.
It's their history. Even way back on the NES, every single developer had to follow Nintendo's rules for getting their games onto their platforms, and that hasn't changed.
And now that means tablet and motion control.
Yeah.
Which most third-party support has pulled. Even Ubisoft, God bless them, has said, guys, you know what? After this holiday season, if things haven't changed, I don't know if we can work together. And Ubisoft, not only just being a badass company by themselves, despite, certain recent events, you know what? That's all business. I'll forgive them. They've done enough good. They
Watch Dogs
steadfastly stood by Nintendo and said, no, bam, Raving Rabbids, we're going to turn that crazy. Just Dance. They have done so much with so... restrictions. And even they're going, man, I don't know if we can do this anymore. Your numbers just aren't showing.
And in this whole next-gen conversation talk, the PS4 and the Xbox One, within 2 weeks of both systems being out, PS4 for 2 weeks and Xbox One within 2 weeks, both systems are going to top the sales of the Wii U, which had a full year.
And again, this just goes back to, we don't really know what they were thinking. They come out with this new system, and you know what? It's on par with the 360 and PS4.
PS3.
That's what I meant. The snot, okay? And man, to just come out with that, it was such a bizarre move. I mean, no, Microsoft and Sony hadn't announced yet, but we all knew it was coming. And for them to come out with that thing and say, hey, look, you can play your favorite games that came out 4 months ago on other systems on the Nintendo now. You're just kind of... But they're going to occupy a niche market, people that are hardcore to Nintendo, their franchises will keep them alive for a bit. Pikmin 3 is huge. Anything Zelda, huge. Mario's starting to lose that steam that always gets built up because they've come out with all the Mario games in existence in the last year. All of them. Yeah. I think there have been more Mario games released in the last year by Nintendo than there has been in Mario's entire history. And if not, the number is damn close. They're just like, oh shit, we're losing money. Mario. Throw more Marios at it.
Yeah. They do have Super Smash Bros. Coming out next year.
Which is huge.
But Nintendo is also bringing that game to the 3DS, which is a much more successful platform for them.
Yeah.
And while graphically the 3DS will not match what the Wii U does, it's also a system that if people are looking at it like, well, I can get the same game, just not as graphically intensive as the Wii U version, on the 3DS that I already have, what's going to bring people to actually buy it for the Wii U?
And I can play it with all my friends who already have 3DSs because it's one
2DS.
of the... Yeah, or 2DS. Because, it's one of the best-selling handheld systems in history.
Yeah. So, Nintendo's running into this, we need to be making money. We need to have games flooding our systems.
Without third-party support, we live in an era where exclusives help decide buyers, but it's third-party games that make consoles great.
Yeah.
And man, they're lost right now. They've got plans, and I don't think they're dead. I think
they're not doomed. Yeah.
I do get scared that within a few more years they're going to be entering like Adam West levels of, hey, I'm sticking around. And it's sad. It saddens me. I love Nintendo. I grew up with them, but what do you do at this point? Do you focus solely on handhelds? Do you go the route of Sega? Or do you continuously, for another generation, make a console where you are relying on Zelda, Mario, and all that to keep you alive?
Yeah,
the Wii was a shining standout. But even then again, it sold a ton of units. I guarantee you 80% of those were sitting in a closet.
Yeah. I've always said that with the Wii, it was a perfect storm for them. World economy crashed in 2006. The Wii launched 2 days after the PS3 launched, which the PS3 launched at $600 and it launched at $250. And it had that motion gimmick. It was something different. It was something new. I don't know what the camera's doing. But,
keep going.
It's weird. But yeah, the issue...
There we go.
Yeah. We're still working with this new camera. So just bear with us for the next...
Oh, by the way, plug.
Yeah, PlayStation Vita. Soul Sacrifice is on the PlayStation, or is for PlayStation Plus, free, starting today. And, Odd Worlds...
Munches. No, Stranger's Wrath.
Stranger's Wrath
on
HD.
The Vita.
Both games were added to the Instant Game Collection for Plus.
Plug. Off topic. Anyway, I would say this. That it is good that they did a price drop, and it is showing that despite their grandiose statements, they're not being stupid about it. Because when it first came out, there's no way. We have to sell this at $350. 1 year later, oh no, we'll cut it $50. Absolutely. That $300 price point is really going to help. But the difference is you have to get away from the diehard Nintendo fans and the people that are under the assumption that Nintendo is only good for their 6-year-old. You've got to give them a reason to buy a game that is going to give them, if not even graphically the same experience, the same emotional experience we get when we play a lot of games.
Yeah, I would like to see Nintendo actually... they've got talented developers.
Oh, yeah.
They do. It's just... I wish Nintendo would do more than just, here's another Mario, here's another Donkey Kong, here's another Legend of Zelda. I don't care how good those games are. They can be great, they can be fantastic, but they're only going to sell to the hardcore Nintendo fans. And for me, those games never got me hooked on gaming.
Slap you if you talk bad about Zelda again. I'll do it.
So I would like to see, and Nintendo has had a very checkered past with brand new things like Geist, Custom Robo.
Didn't you just buy that? Suffice it to say, okay, yes, the Wii U is next gen, but it's also not. It's doing its own thing.
Yeah, and For anyone
Take that for ambiguous.
for everyone that is wanting Nintendo in on the discussion, but then also turns around and says, hey, they're doing their own thing. Don't put them side by side comparison with these new systems. You can't have it both ways.
Nope. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. I tried eating a 2DS. It didn't work.
Because it's a lie. So, this has been episode 42. Post your comments, suggestions if you think we're
Yell
wrong
at
or
us.
right. Yeah,
Please bring it.
Yeah, this is something that is, it's a good topic, something to actually discuss and bring to the forefront. But don't get upset when,
You're wrong.
yeah. So, I am Tridrachius,
Tiborius.
and we will talk to you all next week with another topic.
Just one more topic.